It's about that time, baby, baby. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
The Sinclair Show is on.
It is on.
Run it to your friends, come on.
Come on, come on.
So this a moment of the show tonight. Mailbag is tight. Sinclair is on the mic.
Once again, it's on. You're still trouble in your home. Got your tripping, don't know right from wrong. Send your letters to the show so we can talk you through. Get the answers to your questions because we speak that truth. Sometimes you doubt yourself, lost your health. Faith is on the fence, but you believe that Jesus knows your wealth. Keep it moving, spirit flowing, because we're here to provide someone to lean on when you're falling. Wednesday, 8 and 9, and it's on.
Once again, it's on. You're listening to the only morning show when people at night. That's right. It is the Sinclair Show coming to you live and direct. First and foremost, I want to thank all of you all who continue to send your mailbag questions, comments, and all of those things. Sinclair Talk at Outlook.com. We'll continue to address as many of them each night we on the air to reach you because you all are the valued listeners. Now, what does that mean? That means without you all being up here, I could be in the bed, sleep, I could be relaxing, I could be doing a host of things. But because I value y'all and the things that y'all want to talk about, I be here on the show. That's how important y'all are to me. So anyway, just to keep letting y'all know that's how we get down. But look here, people. Tonight we got a interesting topic, if you will. Most of y'all already read it, and the topic is, I am not responsible for your happiness. Now, truth be told, as soon as I posted it up, I had a few people start acting a little erratic, hitting me up in the DMs with all kind of little smart comments. So I'm going to tell you what I told them. I told them, look, at whatever you thinking, just log on to the show tonight and express yourself. Now, I don't know if they will because, you know, a lot of people be behind the scenes watching the show and getting in their feelings, and then they want to have a sidebar argument with me about it. But it is what it is tonight. So we're going to talk about all of those things and a little bit more too. So let's keep it real with each other. First and foremost, let me say this. Before I get into that good information, if you will, part of what I want to say before we start is, listen, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the real world. And I like to say the real world because a lot of what we deal with and what we hear about on social media, you know, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Some of it is directly pertaining to you, some of it ain't. But nonetheless, keep in mind that, you know, outside of that social media box, outside of whatever you might see on your streaming profiles and all that, it's some things happening to some people out here that's for real. You know, I was watching, oh y'all listen, Detective Pamela Black, what's going on, girl? Glad to see you this evening. And one of the things that I'm talking about right now is we are in a nationwide crisis, if you will, on so many different levels. One of which is we are right on the cusp of the incident with the boats and shooting people. And let me say this. If you are one of them countries that be running drugs into the US, hey, I would advise you to hit the pause button, especially if your country got oil like Venezuela, because it appears that, you know, some people may be looking for a reason to come in there. But I watched this video, and the video, you had some people hanging that they were allegedly running some drugs in the waters in and around Venezuela. Who knows where they were taking them to, if they actually had drugs on them. But Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, with whatever new name that President Trump has given him, gave an order to shoot. All right? Fire on any boats that you even think got some drugs on them. Now, they say they got some behind the scenes technology and they knew it was some cocaine or something on the boat. I don't know if I believe it or not. I don't even think that part matters. The boat, this was back in September. The boat was hit, put out of commission. It was initially 11 people on the boat, and 9 of them got killed immediately. 2 of them survived, and they are clinging to the side of the boat. And Pete Heshbeth tells the commander of SEAL Team 6, kill them all, don't leave nobody alive. Then they sent another missile to hit the boat that was already disabled. And I'm saying that to you because some of you have made comments and said, hey, you can understand why they would do it, and this, and that. Being a prior soldier, I'm going to say this, and then we're going to leave this part alone for the night so we can get to something a little more easy. You have to be very, very mindful of what you sanction that goes against the rules of what is known as the Geneva Convention. And it simply just says how you must treat somebody if you are in a wartime situation, whatever. And the reason why I say that is because at some point, it can be American soldiers or Americans in a similar situation where a alternative country finds themselves with the ability to destroy a ship we own or give an order that says, hey, just go ahead and don't leave nobody alive. And if they did that to us, we would say it was murder. But just want y'all to understand that the world is in observation mode. Normally that would be called a war crime. We will see how that goes. But I want y'all to keep your eyes on everything out here in them proverbial streets, because especially y'all that be traveling all the time. Some of y'all can't wait to jump on your own little boats and everything, not realizing that put yourself out there. Some of what is going on with the United States as you travel, everybody ain't gonna be so thrilled about it. So be careful when you out there going from place to place. But anyway, let's get into tonight's topic, people. The topic is nobody, not me, not the person on the cool side of your pillow, nobody is responsible for your happiness. And this topic actually came because when I was doing a little counseling session, I had a couple that was talking, and one of them said, I don't feel, y'all, James Key, what's going on? Glad to see you. One of them said to the other during the counseling session, you don't understand me. You can't even tell that I'm not happy. And if you cared about me, and if you gave a blinkety blank blank about me, then you would do something to try to make me feel better. And I paused them during the course of this conversation to ask her specifically, oh, y'all, there's your girl, Nikki Carter. What's going on, girl? Glad to see you on the show. To ask her, why did she feel like it was his responsibility to make her happy? And she gave me a bunch of answers back and forth, and we're going to cover some of those things tonight. But I, at some point, let her know it is not his responsibility or anybody else's responsibility to make you happy. Your happiness is your responsibility, not your partner's, not your homegirls, not your mama, not your sisters. It's your responsibility. A significant other is meant to add to your life, not to carry it. And before I get some of y'all get to hating on me, let me say that one more time. A person is not responsible for your happiness. That's your job. Okay. Now, if you ain't no good at your job, then that does not put that weight on somebody else's plate, if you will. Your happiness is your responsibility. My happiness is my responsibility. The person in the third row, the person on the other side of the camera, those of you who keep dropping in my DM because you saw what the topic was, your happiness is up to you to achieve. Now, a significant other is like, how can I say this without Nikki Carter going crazy tonight? A significant other is like an accessory to you. If you put on your favorite outfit and then you go find the chain you want or the bracelet you want or the purse with it or whatever kind of bag or however, those other pieces are called your accessories, and they're designed to enhance your look for the day or for the evening. When you choose another person to be in your life, they are accessories. They are there to enhance what you should already be or be trying to become. Their job is not to create the new you. Even for some of y'all that sit around here and think that good book says it, that even spiritually, joy and peace are described as things that come from within and not from people. Yeah, that right there. So if y'all going around there pulling out your good books, pulling out the Bible, that's your responsibility. If it's supposed to come from within, then that means it's got to be in you. That means another person can't provide it. And what we're going to do is we're going to unpack this, because a lot of times relationships hit these stumbling blocks because somebody becomes emotionally unhappy, and along the way they seek to blame somebody else because you ain't feeling like you want to feel, and you make it seem like it's their responsibility. First and foremost, how they going to change how you feel? You can never do enough, give enough, say enough, touch enough to make somebody feel better about themselves long-term internally. So first, let's start off asking the general question as to why people expect their partners, all right, to make them happy. The question is why? Nikki Carter, why you expect somebody to, well, you probably ain't got one. You too mean to have a partner, but they say it's somebody for everybody. Most people don't admit it, but they enter relationships with unspoken, unrealistic expectations. Do I need to say that again for those of y'all in the cheap seats? Most people don't admit it, but you enter into relationships with unspoken, unrealistic expectations of somebody else. They should make me happy. They should always keep me emotionally stable. They should know what I need without me saying it. They should fix my loneliness. Those expectations are heavy expectations for anybody. And honestly, if we are being cognizant of ourselves, you would have to say that it is an unfair assignment. You know, when you expect your partner to be your primary source of happiness, you setting both of you up for failure, and you certainly setting yourself up for disappointment. Because how can he? One of the things that men often say is, and I say this because I done said it a few times myself in my little lifetime, that I am not a mind reader. I don't do the mind reading thing. If it's something on your mind that you want me to understand, or if You need to be able to articulate it to me. And so often that's not the case. You in your feelings, so you ain't gonna say it, but you say, I ought to know. Are you watching the signs? I don't watch signs. Unless matter of fact, sometimes when I'm driving down the highway, I miss the speed limit sign because I ain't really paying attention to the sign. Now watch me go out here and get a ticket tomorrow just because I said that. Anyway, when you expect somebody to manifest enough energy within themselves to give it to you to make you happy, but they don't even really know why you're not happy. And as a counselor, sometimes you don't know either. All you know is you feel your best when somebody is breaking their neck to make you feel better about something that they don't even know what it is. And some of you will fake being sad or angry so you can get somebody to step up and go do something for you. I don't know where you get that from. Maybe because it's worked in the past. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is a false sense of a moment because another person doesn't possess the ability to make you happy long term. They can be a part of giving you something, whether that something is materialistic, whether it is comfort, whether it is something sensual, whatever you find that it is, they can provide that momentarily. But if you're miserable inside, that's on you. What they gonna do to make? What can a person give? Again, remember, I begin this by saying that your partner is like an accessory, not the source. They are an additive. It's like back in the day when y'all used to be country enough to drink Kool-Aid. You could have Kool-Aid, and it is, in fact, a coloring to the water and a little flavoring. Sugar enhances the Kool-Aid. That's what it does. It enhances it. It's Kool-Aid without the sugar. When you buy them little square packs, don't act like y'all ain't never bought one. When you buy them little square packs and you take two of them and you beat them against your hand and you pull the top off and you put them in about 2 gallons of that water because you want to make yours a little extra spicy, if you will. It's Kool-Aid when it's on the shelf. You putting that sugar in is enhancing the flavor. The sugar is enhancing it to the point where some of y'all will sit up and drink it all night. I know I will. I love some Kool-Aid. Right now today. Still love it. Calling a partner an accessory doesn't mean that they're unimportant. It means they enhance your life. They do not define your life. That may be a little deep for some of y'all. Write this down. Some of y'all that ain't super mad, go ahead and write it down. When I say that someone in your life is an accessory, I am not marginalizing them. I am saying to you that that individual is designated to enhance your life. See, that's that piece that y'all probably are wrestling with. Because a lot of times when we think about something from a side perspective, right? We look at that thing or that entity or whatever we want to call it, and we say to ourselves, if something is an accessory, it's not as important. That's not true. It has a purpose, but it is not the most significant thing in that moment. Some of y'all won't even go out the door without your accessories. But again, someone who is a partner to you, a friend to you, a family member to you, however you want to stack the numbers up, those individuals enhance your life. They do not, should not be assigned the task of defining your life. Ain't nobody gonna let you off the hook from reaching your goals because you want to put the fact that you didn't on somebody in your life. Accessories add value to, but they are not the foundation. A person coming into your life, they will add value to it, but they are not the most significant thing. They are not the foundation of who you are. You got to already be something that person can enhance. I feel it right now. I feel some of y'all in your feelings. I don't care nothing about that. Relationships were designed as companionship, not your identity. Now, I'm going to say this because I already can tell by some of the little, y'all keep seeing me look at my phone. People, like I said, that don't want to put nothing up here, they be DMing me, trying to act like they're going to have a whole conversation with me, and I'm going to make it and put it through y'all. Not. Think about what I said. Relationships were designed as companionship, not to become your identity. Uh-oh, y'all, there's y'all boy Jay Dizzle. What it do, what it is, all day long. And some of you missed the boat on that. Some of you missed the boat on understanding what a relationship is. It's about companionship. It is not about you found somebody that changed your whole identity and made you into a totally different person because you're putting too much weight on that person, male or female. I'm just saying. I don't care nothing about you getting mad. If your happiness collapses because a person had an off day, said the wrong thing to you, or didn't validate you in the moment, that's a sign your expectations are pointed in the wrong direction. I'm gonna run that again for some of y'all because somebody needed to hear that. If your happiness collapses because a person had an off day, this person in your life that you done assigned the task to make me happy, some that wasn't never their job. If your life goes off the rails because they had an off day, they didn't give you all their attention, they didn't breathe every ounce of their oxygen into you, they might have said the wrong thing, or maybe they didn't tell you how fine you was in the moment, that's a sign that your expectations are pointed in the wrong direction. That's a sign that you full of yourself. Already recognizing that you can't even give you what you expect of them. Think about it. How do I know? Let me tell you one of the strangest things, and I'm going to talk a little bit about y'all first. I done seen dudes that'll go get a fine woman. I'm talking about fine as can be. Finer than a brand new Cadillac. And they want to go out with this woman and they love the way she looks and they love her physical characteristics, and they'll buy her something real skimpy to put on because she got a nice figure, and they want to roll out with her. He want to show her off like a brand new hat, if you will. Because it makes him feel better about himself that he got somebody that looks like that on his own. But the same clown, and ladies, y'all fall for it. Let me keep it a stack. Miss Graham, glad to see you on the show. And ladies, y'all fall for it. You love going out there prancing like like a brand new deer in the midst of the field. He got you out here looking absolutely crazy, and you think it's fine because he done turned you into a spectacle. And the same dude 5 months from now, when you with him at the store or at a restaurant, is ready to choke you out like you in the UFC because he don't want nobody talking to you, nobody looking at you. But 5 months ago, that's what he wanted before you became his, when he was trying to get you. Because he got a void inside him that at first, having somebody that had on something revealing and was looking good and sitting in the car with him or sitting at the restaurant with him made him feel good, but he done turned into Joe Jackson now because of the fact that now too many people looking at you. Now you're no longer filling the void by looking the way you look. Now he wants you to put something over yourself. And you confused. You don't know why. That thing right there. Because he has assigned you the responsibility of making him feel good about himself. And so you can't handle that pressure. You ain't done a thing different than when you did when you first met him. All of a sudden now, when you start getting more attention than what his ego can process, now he's a different character. And that's because nobody's should be responsible for making you feel happy or making you feel good about yourself. You have to own that. And when you willfully play into that role, you're asking for trouble. Now that's just dudes. Let's talk about women. Ladies. And I know y'all always say that I be up here on some chauvinistic stuff. I really don't. I have learned that you don't want to hear real truth. You can't vibe with a different type of energy. Here's the truth. Ladies, you will go looking for a man for the same reason that a man goes looking for a woman. You want somebody that looks good. You want somebody that's in a certain role and position. You want somebody that has a certain revenue stream because they can help you accomplish what you can't accomplish by yourself or you don't want to. So what happens? Y'all heard the story about how dudes do. Here's how ladies do. You go find you somebody, and y'all be out there on the prowl. You go find you somebody that first, yeah, he got to look a certain way. Now you looking at the way he carries himself. What's the swag he has? And it's mesmerizing to you. And oh, he got a little bread with him. Oh, that's a plus. And so you pick that dude. You ain't pick the dude that's working for the sanitation department. Oh, that don't enhance you enough. That don't make you look good enough. You can't tell that story to your girl. And at first, all this dude got to do is make you smile. Oh, he can roll you in his vehicle. Y'all go to the drive-thru. Y'all get a little something to nibble on. You happy as can be. But at a certain point, that ain't enough no more. Now you want to go on trips. And most of the time, you want to go on a trip that you can't go on by yourself. Because some of y'all will take trips and then be 3 months behind on your bills when you get back. Because you ain't got that bread like that. Uh-oh, y'all, there go my homegirl, Annie Moore. What's going on, girl? Glad to see you. And I want y'all to think about what I'm saying to you. You will pick a dude that can help navigate your wants and needs based on his ability and acumen to other things. Before you met him, oh man, if you went to a yard sale or something, you was happy. Now that you got somebody that's in a different position, got a different type of hustle, now you're not doing activities based on your revenue stream. You're doing activities based on a combination revenue stream. And you start talking about you want some different things. And when you start thinking about it, you start thinking about, okay, where do I want to go? Babe, let's go on a trip. Oh, where you want to go to? Oh man, I want to go to the islands. Now, before you got him, when it was just you and your homegirls, y'all was going to the concert, y'all was going to the lake, y'all was doing regular folk things. But now you got a dude, he's supposed to elevate your life, your emotions, and everything. So now you want to be able to say, I flew to Montego Bay. Now you want to be able to say, I went to Hawaii. You want to be able to say, I flew to Dubai. And men, we don't really care about money like that. I was telling somebody the other day, and it's a true story. Some of you can attest. I myself have lived every facet of life. I have been poor before. I have been broke before. I have been in the middle of the road before financially. I have been in a place where I'm blessed enough to have more money at the end of the month than just for bills. By some people's standards, I do all right now. But having been at each one of these stages, you understand that when a man earns a certain living, the money don't mean anything. So you asking him to go someplace you couldn't have gone before don't mean nothing to him. The problem is it don't mean anything to you either. He's banking on the fact that if I do something to make you happy in this moment, you're going to remember it later on. Fellas, the problem is she ain't. She going to remember it enough to tell her friends about it. Uh-oh, y'all. It's y'all homegirl, Gwendolyn Lady Elegance Pritchard from Rocket City, Alabama, checking in with the home team tonight. What's going on, girl? Robin Williams, what's up? We glad to see you done snuck in too. Bible study must be over. But I'm saying these things not to knock some of y'all game. But understand, we're talking tonight about it's nobody else's responsibility to make you happy. And fellas, I want you to understand what you're going to be doing is not going to make her happy. It's going to give her some momentary joy. Listen, understand this. That's the reason why some of y'all can't even be happy when you fly to Dubai and check in the hotel that you would have never went in if you hadn't had a partner to go with you and to split the cost or pay it all for you. You would have never went to Dubai on your own dollars, but you're going to argue in Dubai, a place you could never get to without this person that you have that's supposed to be accessorizing your life. You in Dubai arguing with them. Why? Because the trip didn't make you happy. The trip was a statement. Ladies, y'all could be with a dude. And y'all will tell a good dude, hey, look here. Something going on with my ride, whatever. I think I'm going to get me a new car. Cool, you go get a new car. Nothing wrong with it. You deserve one. And a real dude gonna be like, hey, if you need something, let me know. Whatever. Because again, there are men who exist in certain spaces. And understand, stop making that dude that ain't got it feel bad about the fact that he don't have it, because you knew he didn't have it early on. But you done made him be less than. Because you're talking about things around this dude that are outside of the scope of his fiscal capabilities. And the first thing that happens is when he can't, your homegirls is in your ear now telling you that the dude on the cool side of the pillar, you need to upgrade, girl, because when you need something, he can't do nothing for you. Tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. And when I say to you that that's how you know you are unhappy, because somebody in your ear space, somebody in your crew can tell you something about what your man ain't capable of doing for you that's outside of your ability to do for yourself, and it'll make you mad with him. You will actually sit on the phone with your homegirl and listen to her berate and undermine your dude because you done told her all of the stuff that you going through that he can't fix for you. He didn't put you in that. Let's be honest. And that's the reason why we are talking about tonight, whether you male or female, it is not somebody else's responsibility to make you happy. That's your job. When somebody got to carry an enormous amount of weight that's your weight, it leads to burnout, frustration, emotional imbalance, and eventually resentment. Yep, I said it. A person can resent you. They supposed to resent you if they give you the best of them. And you out here talking with your homeboy or your homegirl and you letting somebody undercut them because maybe they are fortunate enough to have somebody in their life that is capable of doing some additional things. And they looking at you saying, girl, I can't believe you going through the struggle and your man ain't made it right. Not one time. If you had a real homegirl, she would ask you, well, how'd you get in that position in the first place? If you had a real homeboy, fellas, it ain't just women. Y'all be out here living from check to check. Meet a female that got a good job or a decent job. You want to get with her because now you start looking at 2 incomes is better than 1. And you thinking, hey, if she let me move into her spot, I could give her a little bread on the bills. She should be happy because now she ain't got to pay it all. But you still want to be out there on Search Them Streets Boulevard. You out here looking for a woman to enhance your ability to have more revenue, but you mad when she got expectations. It ain't her job to make you look better financially. It's not her job to make you happy about yourself. And ladies, y'all need to stop getting with these dudes and going into makeover mode. Girl, I remember when I got with him, he was a hot mess. Now all of a sudden, because I done shown him how to dress, I done shown him how to cut his hair, I done shown him how to wear his beard, I done showed him how to do all this stuff, and now he out here with these chicks in the streets doing blah, 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 blah. That's your fault. If that man didn't know how to do none of that before he met you, and you done turned him into the monster that he has become, and now every girl you know want to get with him, why you mad? You built that. because you thought you was doing it and you were going to wear the badge of honor, and it was making you feel good to be able to uplift yourself by, girl, when I met Craig looked a hot mess. And now he walking around here looking like this, and them clothes he got on, I bought them for him. You out here putting Craig down to make yourself feel better, because it was never Craig's responsibility to make you feel good about yourself. And you did something for Craig for the wrong reason. And fellas, let that be a lesson to you. Stop looking for women to take care of you or to uplift you and not thinking that it's going to be a cost to it. She around there acting like the man of the house because she's sonning you. Yes, she treating you like a son. Now, I'm not talking about relationships that are equal, where you both bring something to the table, where you both care about each other, where she likes to do something nice for you and you like to do something nice for her. What's going on, as a shepherd? That's my armor bearer right there. It's nothing wrong with those mutual relationships. As a matter of fact, when two people are like-minded, have the same values, like to do the same things, they are accessorizing the relationship. The relationship is already in existence, and the two of them working together makes the relationship better. That's great. But don't get yourself fooled. You think you done went to the Build-A-Bear shop and you gonna build a Sinclair, so you out here thinking you can do X, Y, Z. First of all, a real dude, a real Sinclair is not finna allow you to do them things for him. Because there's something inside of a real dude that's like, I don't want to have to owe nobody. You ain't gonna never be able to pick that phone up and say, you know what, I built him. Because he old school. He got a different foundation of thought. He understands his value and your value. Craig might let you do it, because Craig was looking for the come up. But now you have assigned Craig the responsibility of making you feel happy, making you feel complete. You done assigned Craig like he your butler. And Craig, you bought and paid for it because you was looking for something that was not sincere and real. And you found it. People will crack under that level of pressure when they asked to play a role that they were never built for. You can go through every aspect of life. Your personal life, your spiritual life. When people are assigned the task of making you feel good about life, they will crack under that pressure, and eventually you two will be falling out with each other. How do you know? Because when you start to feel like your relationship or your friendship or your interaction has become heavy, well, what does that mean, Sinclair? When it starts to feel like a task to be with somebody, when a person gets mad for no reason, when a person always, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. You can't even worry about your own problems. You can't even fix your own self because you so busy trying to make that person feel better about a space that you ain't even put them in. A relationship should be a place of mutual support, not a one-sided emotional job. Now, some of y'all ain't gonna get that until after the show is over. It is not supposed to be an emotional job. First, you have to learn to set expectations, the correct type of expectation for yourself. You need to have the first expectation is, I need to learn how to manage my own emotions. Think about what I just said. I have to learn to manage my own emotion. Nobody else has to learn to manage my emotion. I do. So what? I had a bad day at work. It is not her responsibility. She ain't got to sit around on her way home from work and figure out how to navigate the angry bear in the other room because somebody at work, the pressures of life have gotten me to a point where I don't know how to control my emotion. That's not her job. Just like it ain't his job to try to figure out why when he walks in the door, you in a state of anger and upsetness. You on the phone talking loud because you want him to hear that you are unsatisfied with something going on in your life in that moment. And now he's running around like he on a treasure hunt trying to make you feel better. Hey, what's going on? How was your day? It was all right. Now you got to ask you the next stupid question. Well, what was wrong? Nothing. It was okay. I just don't want to talk about it. All right, cool. But he know you really do because you done acted this foolish role. So now he got to beg you to tell him why you mad about something that ain't got nothing to do with him really, is really inside of you. Where they do that dumb stuff at? Because you've assigned somebody else the responsibility of making you feel happy or excited or good about your life. Your partner can support you, but they cannot stabilize you. In the old good book in Proverbs, I believe it is, tells you to guard your own heart. Yeah, it does. Go find it for yourself. But I bet you it's in there. You're responsible for guarding your own heart. That does not mean you got to treat everybody like they're trying to take something from you. To guard your own means you're supposed to know what makes it feel a certain kind of way. You don't never ask yourself a tough question, so you expect him, her, or them to have the answer to why you feel the way you feel. Oh, I'm just depressed. And I'm not knocking people that get depressed. It's a real thing. I help people to navigate through all the time. But I can tell you who can't help you navigate it, your partner. When you are going through an emotional low, your partner cannot fix it for you. All you're going to do is make both of y'all miserable. Let me tell y'all something, and I bet you, I challenge any of y'all to tell me if this has ever happened to you. Most of y'all ain't going to say it because you don't want to acknowledge it. Here's something simple. And I think I've told y'all this before. It's nothing worse to me than if, let's say you ain't going to cook. And I don't feel like cooking. And I said, all right, hey, I'm finna run out and get something to eat. What do you want? If the first question out your mouth is, well, what are you going to get? That ain't none of your business. That wasn't even a question. I said, I'm going out to get something to eat. What do you want? The only acceptable answer is you telling me whatever it is you want. You can say, I want a lotus leaf from the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. If that's what you asked for, I'm going to go get the lotus leaf. But I don't want to spend 5 seconds listening to you give me a Q&A session about what I'm going to eat, because they ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't even have to know what I'm going to eat. All I want to know is what you want. But your irrational selves will begin a Q&A session. Well, where you going? I don't really know right now. I ain't made my mind up. So you don't know what you going to get to eat. Nah, I really don't. But all I really am concerned about is what do you want? Well, I don't know what I got a taste for. All right, well, then I'm just going to pick up something. I challenge any of you all to go pick up something. And I promise you they ain't going to want what you pick up. But you wouldn't tell me what you wanted because you was too nosy. So now you mad because I brought back something you really don't have a taste for, but you couldn't answer the question. You're worried. And then you would say, oh, let's say I go get some Chinese food. Well, you know what I always eat. That don't mean you wanted it today. That's why I asked you, what did you want? We didn't have to play the guessing game. And that comes with the second part of what I'm talking about, which is expect yourself to communicate clearly. Well, Sinclair, what you talking about? I'm not guessing what's in the moment, what you value, what you need, what you want, how you want it, when you want it. I'm not doing none of that guessing with you. So what does that mean to you? That means open your mouth, use your words, and tell me, he, she, or them what it is that's on your mind, what it is you want, what it is that you need. Communicate clearly. And nobody has to guess. The second part of that is be willing to accept no if I give you a no. Well, Sinclair, I want that lotus leaf from the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. Well, that's in a whole nother continent. So it ain't likely I can bring you that back. Do you got a second choice? Don't ask for stupid stuff. You don't have to get disappointing answers. Some of y'all know by the 20th of the month, your man ain't got a dime in his pocket because y'all been paying bills and you don't feel like cooking or whatever. And maybe he down to his last little, let's give him a few dollars. He down to his last little $30. He said, "Bam, I'm going to grab something to eat." Now, if you was going somewhere and you ain't got but $30, you would go by one of them fast food restaurants, get something through the drive-through window, and get your biggie bag. You're going to get your $5 menu. You're going to get whatever the special is, and you happy with it. And you will talk to your homegirl on the phone the whole way home eating your McFries. And you good with it. But because Leroy asked you, and Leroy's paying, instead of getting the $5 biggie bag, he got to go to Ling's Chinese restaurant and spend 30 of his $30 making sure you get something that you're going to put half of in the refrigerator. Make it make sense, people. Communicate clearly, but be able to accept an answer that is not an answer that you want. Expect you to do your own healing. Now, that's a big one. Some of y'all can have perfect people in your life, but they can't be perfect for you because you holding them emotionally hostage to make you feel better and to help you heal. You treating them like they your emotional band-aid. Woe is me. Leroy is literally doing everything he can to help you feel better about the fact you ain't with Charles no more. And Leroy, let me be clear with you. You will never be able to make her feel better about the fact that she ain't Charles and Charles are not together anymore. She hated Charles when she was with him. You came along and you a better person than Charles ever was, but it ain't good enough. Because it's, oh, I can't believe after 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 100 years with Charles, I don't know, and he couldn't value me. You can't even see the fact that Leroy values you because you thinking Leroy's job is to sit around and let you mope to him all day about Charles. You better kick rocks on it. ain't his job. If you ain't got energy enough for Leroy, there is at least 1.5 million other women out there that'll put you first. Ladies, you don't have to settle for somebody that don't want to be with you. I know it's slim pickings out there for you all because statistically they say it's about 13-1. But I promise you, there are some other men out there. But here's what you got to ask yourself. Whether it's Leroy or Ashante, both of y'all got to ask yourself the same question. What is happening with me that I can't be satisfied in no scenario? Because whether it's Sinclair, Leroy, Ashante, or anybody else, you just like in basic math, you the least common denominator in every situation that you in. You are. I am. In every relationship that I done ever had in my life, I done been one of the participants. That's real talk right there. Let me say it again for you. You, I, and everybody else are the least common denominators in every relationship that we have been in. And so therefore, whatever has happened, you and I are responsible to we have some level of culpability in it. I saw you, thought you was cute, thought I could build something with you. You was crazy. I didn't care. I can overcome it. No, you can't. You can't overcome. And she may not even be crazy. She just got different tendencies, but she is internally unhappy. You can't overcome that because you don't possess that thing. You can never solve the riddle of somebody because it comes from within. If a person ain't happy, you nor I can make an unhappy person happy. Expect yourself to give yourself what you need. Because as I said to you all, and I got to get out, we're going to have to make this a part two. As I've said this to you all, when you were by yourself, whatever amount of nothing that you had was good enough. When you was just with your homegirl, and y'all said, girl, go on through that drive-thru. I would get me something to eat because I ain't cooking tonight. And you would roll with the little biggie bag and everything was cool. Not having something didn't make a problem for you. Not having something only became a problem when you got with somebody that had something and they wouldn't give you all of what they had. Not even realizing that the average person, male or female, will give you anything they have as long as you don't make them feel like you want everything they got. You know what? That's a little bit too deep for y'all. We're going to pick this up later. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to get me some rest because I got to get up early in the morning and go try to make life better. But listen, people, remember one thing. This part one of the series. Nobody bears the responsibility to make you happy in your life. That is solely your responsibility. That anybody that you got in your life is an accessory. And they choose to be there. And they can choose to not be there. But you can make them want to stay or you can make them want to leave. And I'm out.
It's about that time, baby, baby. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
The Sinclair Show is on.
It is on.
Run it with your friends. Come on.